division. De Oliveira versus Brandon. Brandon in the orange shorts. De Oliveira in the black.
Seconds out. Round one.
4-0. Like I say, Brandon moving along nicely. Last fought last year in April, actually on your brother's undercard, Sonny, when he fought George's Ori at York Hall. It's a box, again, as I say, for Finchley ABC, a friend with Anthony Joshua. A bad mentor to have, Sonny.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's when you know you've really made it. You know, when you fight on when Edward's brother undercard.
I thought you was about to say when you're friends with Anthony Joshua.
Oh, and that. But now I'm actually quite intrigued to see really how he shapes up here. I've heard some quite good things. Physically quite strong, quite fast, and game, I've heard. So, yeah, my first good real look at Jesse Brandon, but a good start straight away, backing up his opponent here in the first round.
Yeah, Will demonstrating quick hands, looks physically strong, nice footwork.
He started well. I've seen Oliveira around the circuit. He's tough, he's durable as well, so he's doing all the right things.
Yeah, only stopped 2 times out of his 18 defeats, De Oliveira. So knows how, as you say, will survive and look after himself. Nice high guard, Ellie, from De Oliveira, but it's a good positive start from Brandon.
Really, I'm really impressed with how he came out. Ooh, he picked that shot beautiful, but he's been really working the lead hand really well, and that's
big right hand. Yeah, sorry, Ellie. Beautiful work to the body, coming through with the uppercut and an overhand right from Brandon. Looking switched on, looking focused, sharp, and composed.
He's finding the gaps and he's picking them beautifully. And for someone that hasn't boxed since April, he started very sharp here.
And there's something just quite calm and systematic about his approach. I think he's just touching the range, touching the target, and then if he thinks his opponent's going to be there, he's throwing a good shot again like that.
Yeah, good variation, good pop in his shots. Says when he hits you, you stay hit. Oh, good right hand. He took that well, De Oliveira.
It's like the shot bounced him out of range and he came back straight back in.
Do you know what's most impressive? His hair's not moved one bit, is it?
Oh, solid Barnett.
But yeah.
Spoke to Xavier Miller, the coach of Brandon. Said he's been sparring with Yusuf Kamari, Craig Prosper, and Ahmed Hatim in preparation for this. Wants to take him to the States, to gyms, toughen him up, get him in front of some of the top fighters out there to help his development. Started this contest nicely, quick hands, physically strong, nice footwork. You can be pleased.
And you can see with his style that, you know, I don't want to use it too loosely, but he's got half a sort of American sort of Philadelphia type, you know, tough, strong, but right in front of you, making little adjustments and letting solid shots go. Good first round from Jesse Brandon. You can see here, look, landing with touching the lead hand before bringing the more
corners,
powerful backhand through the middle. He's finding different targets and finding different ranges very well in the opening round. It'll be good to see how he goes forward in this fight.
Round 2.
What I like about Brandon as well then is he doesn't waste anything. Everything's clinical. He don't waste anything, don't waste no shots.
He got into boxing when he was 18. He was getting in trouble on the streets. Heard it many a time, boxing, saving young lads, and that's exactly what it's done for him. Said he was really inspired watching Mayweather Pacquiao join Finchley ABC. The C's started this one nicely. He's got a bit about him. I like the quick hands. I like the focus, as you say, Sonny.
Yeah, and I think you know, from fighters that have that sort of, you know, different background to a boxing career. You know, they don't come through the amateur circuit. They don't come from doing the national titles all around the country. They usually do seem to have that depth of character, that bit of mental stillness, that when they're in a fight in a boxing ring with gloves, there isn't too many signs of fear, of, you know, reacting big, loud. I know he's getting here told off, but I think he started really well here, and you can almost just see the calmness and comfortableness in a boxing ring.
Yeah, positions himself well in the ring, holding the centre of the ring, always allowing space behind him. Piercing out the jab, good variation with the shot. Kind of having things all his own way, Will.
Yeah, he's at the minute, but I think he's hitting the body very well. And like you know yourself, I think to get these tough men out of there, you break them down to the body. I'd like to see him stay there.
I'm liking the way as well that he's varying the intensity. A lot of the jabs are coming out, you know, quite touching, just making sure he's finding the target, gauging the range, but a more sharper lead hand's usually coming up through the middle. I like the way he's resetting his shoulders and constantly being sort of in control of what target he's giving his opponent there. I think this is, you know, the good signs of a fighter that maybe far better than I was expecting, to be honest, Darren.
Yeah, like I say, speaking to Xavier Miller, knowledgeable boxing man, fantastic coach, speaks highly of him, and he said the plan would be to aim for the British title next year. And with what I'm seeing here, the skill that he's demonstrating, the physical presence, the know-how, I wouldn't say that is beyond his reach.
No, definitely not. I mean, it'll be interesting to see who's there and about, because, you know, if he drops down to the 140 division, we know it's a very stacked UK division, with the likes of Adam Azeem's, Dalton Smith's, etc. in that weight class. But, you know, if he pushes up to 147, I don't know if his size will really carry there too strong. But, yeah, it will be interesting to see what sort of route he takes and what weight he really does settle down in.
Certainly got a very talented fighter in front of him, Miller, as he goes to work Jesse Brandon. Good variation, head and body. Starting to unravel ever so slightly, De Oliveira. His hands nice and high, but I think it's the variation, the power, the physical presence that's really hurting De Oliveira at the minute. Referee just having a word again with Brandon. Didn't seem too low to me, I'll be honest. Certainly that jab at the end there. De Oliveira just taking the moment here. Says he's okay.
And I don't think he's really trying to aim low. I think he's just trying to go for the pit of the stomach area. He's trying to keep working and chopping away at the body. He has had a lot of success here, but, you know,
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
I don't want the 2 warnings Brandon's got for it in the body for him to stop it. I think he should stay there. I want him to stay there as well.
Yeah, definitely having a lot of success around the body, and they seem to be the shots that are hurting De Oliveira. As I say, that he lands a lovely right hand, just seems to stun Oliveira for a second and get him to work again. Sonny, lovely straight sharp shot.
oh, good shot from Oliveira there. He walked onto a nice right hand over the top, but I do really like so far, he's complaining again, I do really like so far in this round, the sort of change of look, the change of rhythm. He's been a lot more twitchy with his lead hand. He's given him, you know, more to think about with it, even if he's not coming in to throw a target. You know, I think some of these punches might just be starting to get to Oliveira a little bit. I think that's why we're seeing the complaining as much, but, you know, there is a bit of a size advantage, I think we could say here. You know, there was quite a few pounds between the two men yesterday at the weigh-in, and maybe Oliveira is just feeling the strength and power a little bit.
What would you like to see Brandon do Ellie? Is there anything else or more of the same?
I think what's most impressive is how calm and composed he is, and it's the sharpness of the shots that are catching Oliveira at the ready. But I just think if he layers the shots, because you can get immune if you're feeling the same, you know, the same speed and the same power, you kind of get immune to that. So I just think if he layers them a little bit and then slides one in, I think that's where he'll get a bigger reaction.
Good phases there from Brandon, just stepping in with the work, 3-4 shots and win again.
And he's not doing anything full tilt here, Brandon. Everything's in flow state. It's going at about 70-80% maximum efficiency, and you know, he's just finding a good target a lot of the time. You know, I'm liking his little twitchy movement as well, where he's resetting quite nice in different angles, and you know, he's making it hard for Oliveira to really read what he's about to do.
Well, the two stoppages that did occur on the record of De Oliveira, one to Isaac Lowe and the second one to Stephen Kearns, were both from left hooks to the body in the opening round. So I'm pretty sure Xavier Miller, Jesse Brandon would have taken note of that. As I say, that working the body well. And we have seen that the vulnerabilities from De Oliveira, when he has looked hurt, it has been to the body.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you're watching the tape and that's the shot that you're trying to land, you're trying to commit to it. You've probably been working it quite a lot in camp, and when someone is that bit smaller than you, they've got that, like, you know, their body's not as long, it's a harder target to find, really.
We know about that, don't we, Sonny?
Pause.
Last 10 seconds in this contest. A good contest, a good learning contest this for Brandon, but a good contest in which he's demonstrated a lot of good stuff. Fought 13 times last year, De Oliveira. Wouldn't mind being a pound behind the Brazilian. That's not bad, is it? 13 times.
I don't know, it's probably a tenner around, who knows?
And it's probably a few less shows than you commentated on, Darren, to be honest.
We don't mind being busy. This man here can be proud of himself so far with his performance. Like I say, shown us a bit of everything, Ellie.
I think most importantly, like we keep saying, it's the laser focus on him. For someone that's been out since April, that's even more impressive.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Into the fourth round we go of this 6-rounder. In the super lightweight division, Jesse Brandon from Colindale, London. John Tas De Oliveira from Brazil, who lands a lovely left to the body, just round the right elbow of Brandon, just shrugs it off.
You could tell we felt that a little bit though. We dropped his elbows down, and there's nothing wrong with that. Look, when you haven't really been taking too much, that first shot with solid efficiency that lands, it usually does feel a little bit more. Your adrenaline is not really there, but I do like how Ellie was saying he has stayed so calm and focused and relaxed throughout this fight. And he has shown a lot.
Plenty of maturity shown from Brandon. Seats are starting to fill here at the Indigo at the O2 Arena in London. Brilliant card coming your way live on the zone from 7 p.m. George Liddard versus Derrick Osaze for the silver Commonwealth title. Junaid Bostan, I'm going to ask you shortly, Sonny, about your friend Bostan, as we see Jesse Brandon land a lovely left hook upstairs. He took it well to De Oliveira. He's almost annoyed with himself that he'd taken the shot. Little low there with the right. Referee, as Will Connor has pointed out, has had a couple of words with Brandon, but certainly the right place to be targeting the work as he goes through the gears.
I'd like to see him keep that pace, Brandon.
Yeah, you feel, along with the body shots, that the tempo may be, or may start the unraveling of De Oliveira.
And usually when Brandon's throwing, Oliveira's kind of just tucking up and trying to brace and survive. It's only when he's pausing and giving him a bit of target and maybe relaxing a bit in front of him that he's really having that ambition to throw and try and throw quite solid. When he's just popping out, look, a lot of the time the shots aren't really coming back, and then when it does, it is a single.
Yeah, just pouring with a couple of shots there. Brandon trying to get the lead to come out from De Oliveira, but it was the Brazilian who landed a lovely left hook. They're just ever so slightly switched off in this round, Brandon. As I say that, this is good work. Going through the gears. Nice change of pace. De Oliveira just waving on and talking to Brandon.
I think he's trying to just work here, Oliveira, in between his bouts of work. You know, after he's bursted, oh, that's a better shot. I think mostly covered, but, you know, after he's exerted a bit of energy, that's when Oliveira is really then trying to maybe let one or two cleaner shots go and see what he can do from there.
Yeah, it may not been as constant from Brandon, but the spurts in which he did fight there, very, very impressive. Going with 3s and 4s, sustained attacks. Again, showing us a bit of everything. Maturity, I think is a word you used, Ellie. Looking good.
He's looking really good. I feel like...
Why did you smile when I said maturity? Is it because you're the most immature
That's saying much amongst you lot. It was just Oliveira in his corner over there, just very animated. I think he's having a laugh in there. Although he's losing, I just feel like he's enjoying himself. It tickled me a little bit.
What do you think Xavier Miller will be asking from Jesse Brandon in the corner? Well,
I think he should pick it back up, like you said. Then I think he switched off a little bit in parts of that round. When he works, it's
Corners,
nice.
10 seconds.
They switched on, take center of the ring, and just keep prodding with the jab, the lead hand. Oliveira is very compact.
Seconds
just
out.
Feel him open.
Round 5.
2 more to go in this contest. Brandon versus De Oliveira. London. Colin Dow. Brandon, Brazil, De Oliveira. Looking to hold his feet a little bit here, the Brazilian. Not getting pushed back as easy as he was in the earlier rounds.
But just a nice little pop jab as well there, sort of taking control of the early stages of this fifth round. You know what, sometimes you sit there behind that, you've got your feet underneath you. It's when your opponent really makes a mistake, then you can sort of go, look there, he's trying to adjust forward, he's trying to find the target. It becomes a lot easier for Oliveira just to, skim away and make him miss the target.
He does have a beautiful jab, Brandon. The word you use, layers, I like that one, Ellie. Just changing up the power, the pace of the shots, just keeping your opponent thinking all the time.
I think it's very hard because, he's not really giving Brandon much to come back with, and that's where I think if you layer him, he will fire off thinking it's a lazy jab, and then you found the sharp counters.
There's intelligence with Brandon. You can see he's waiting for the counter. Doesn't want to offer anything silly. He knows that, yes, De Oliveira is in that journeyman mold, you could say. Still dangerous, still knows how to land the shots when he pleases, as he demonstrates there. Just taking the right hand on the left glove, Brandon.
And I think really this is where Brandon would want to be, sort of around the edge a little bit more, using his reach and range advantage. But, Oliveira hasn't always been offering the most upper coming on his front foot and letting shots go. So, look, when he's just circling and tapping out the lead jab, he's not really getting the chance to land too clean because Oliveira is not committing too often.
Yeah, as I say, as friend Andy Joshua, as a mentor, he says he's only a phone call away if he needs any advice. It's not a bad phone call to be able to make. Someone with the experience of Andy Joshua. Brandon going through the gears there. That was lovely. Classy 4-punch combination, then stepped on the gas. Nice jab though from De Oliveira. And I think this is all that's missing, Will. What you said, just a change of pace. Look at the difference and the effect it has on De Oliveira when he does let 3s and 4s and goes again.
And I would really like to see Oliveira stop trying to complain at every moment here. He's using his only bit of space between the exchanges to complain to the referee. Needs to think about getting his hands up, moving his head and throwing back.
It's the change of urgency that's really, had an effect here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful right uppercut from Jesse Brandon. 10 seconds to go. 4 shots, another right uppercut. Good work from the Londoner. The end of that round.
Sit down, sit down.
Some good work there when Jesse Brandon started letting his hands go, but like I said, Oliveira opting in between every exchange to complain. You can see there, talking about his head, talking about the back of his head, talking about the low punches. And yeah, look, the heads are coming together a little bit, but I don't think there's no malice really in it. It's just trying to close the gap after getting his work.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, 6 and final round.
Into the last round we go, and it's been a good workout this for Jesse Brandon. Been impressed with the Londoner. Good work, good footwork, good speed, good variation, plenty of layers, as Ellie Scotney has pointed out. Yeah, I look forward to seeing more of him.
I feel like what's really good about, Brandon, he's not with Matchroom, and this was, he would give you opportunity, we put you in the card, but he's really impressed me. It's the first time I've watched him, and he's got a style that, is very different to what we're used to over here, and I'm a fan. I think he's shown a little bit of everything tonight, especially with the long layoff.
And I think if I'm just being critical, I'd like to see him maybe be a bit more reluctant to just sort of give the easy targets and take some shots, go something like to take some shots sometimes.
Cautious.
Nah, but I don't think he is. At times I think he's not really reacting. He's kind of just staying there. If he hasn't already flown out, he's letting Oliveira throw, and he's just either, trying to brace and take a shot and then come back, where I don't think he really needs to. But you can see that he's trying to get his work off. But obviously as the levels step up, we're always talking about these levels, but as they do step up, you can't afford to let people that can hit quite hard have easy target and land easy, because it can change the whole fight.
Just looking for the counter left hook, Brandon. Nice high guard from both men. So they both stand in the center of the ring, looking to land shots. The right to the body, just grazing the target from Brandon.
So he doesn't offer much, Oliveira. He doesn't actually throw often, does he? Very tight guarded walks, but don't throw the most.
But weirdly, he makes you work.
Yeah.
So he'll be learning plenty in there, Jesse Brandon, and these will be valuable rounds as he gets to work. Oh. Good work to head and body with the uppercuts, sinking the hooks downstairs. What would you be working on with Brandon, Sonny, as they go back to the gym?
Like I said, I would like to see him just maybe controlling the range a little bit more. Maybe it's because, he's not really seeing the jeopardy in front of him as much, so he's not reacting to every single one of those shots. But like there, he just let a 5-punch combination half tee off on him without really doing much to adjust or change where he was from it. And, it's very easy to sort of let someone that doesn't hit maybe as hard as you or hit hard enough to really hurt you do it. But as you step up the levels, then punches are going to start feeling a lot heavier and a lot more accurate and a lot faster as well.
Yeah, getting to work here with 15 seconds to go in the final round. Good tempo, showed a good engine, Jesse Brandon. But again, De Oliveira waving to the crowd. I think it was perhaps Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn sat at ringside, just letting everybody know I'm as tough as they come.
And I think we definitely had a good look there at Jesse Brandon. A lot of success. He definitely won pretty much every round, every second in a round, really, for me. Nice variation. I liked his lead hand. He was touching the target and then flipping down to the body. I think a few of those warnings, like you were saying earlier, Ellie, I think those warnings kind of made it a bit more reluctant to keep throwing those body shots in the same way and the same velocity as he was. But yeah, I think he finished off nice. I think he won every round, and I think he boxed well there, Jesse Brandon.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at the Indigo at the O2, Kieran McCann scores this bout 60-54. For your winner, he's still undefeated, Jesse Brandon.
Yep, Jesse Brandon moves to 5-0. Good, solid performance against an experienced operator who knows how to survive a tough opponent in De Oliveira in the sense. Very hard